Hi you guys, I'm Emma and welcome to Yogaventures. This is a practice for those who are stepping back onto the mat, returning to the mat, especially in those cooler months of winter. So perhaps you've been sleeping in a little bit, perhaps a little lazy in the mornings, and this is to get you back onto the mat, moving the body, creating some heat, but in a gentle, mindful way. So let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat wherever you are. Ground through the sit bones, soften through the shoulders. You can cross the legs, you might find your hero pose. Choice is yours here. And let's start with a few deep breaths, because when have we ever not needed these? You can just start to invite a deeper belly breath here, cultivating that deeper connection to the breath. And even though we will be moving quite quickly today to create that heat, that fire, that tapas, we will still be closely linked with the breath. All of our focus will still be around this breath. If you feel that the breath might shift or falter, then sometimes this is an indication we've gone a little too far, and you always have the option to step it back to find those deep belly breaths again. And as you start to find those really deep diaphragmatic breaths here, can you observe any other sensations in the body? So what you might be noticing is that the breath might take a little time to shift, and this is okay. Be gentle with yourself here. Good, and then on your next inhale, let's take a deep belly in through the back of the nose, the throat, the chest, and fill right into the lower belly, just like you're filling up a bath. And then hold, open the mouth, exhale, release. Good, 2 more breaths. Deep breath in, the nose, the throat, the chest, the belly, all the way right into the lower belly, feel the navel rise. And exhale, open the mouth, release. Good, last full deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Good. Let's place the hands to the heart here. Just feeling the beating of the heart and the flow of the breath. And take a moment to check in with anything it is that you're needing in this moment. Perhaps it's a little heat, a little fire. I don't know about you guys, but today I woke up feeling a little blah. So movement is absolutely speaking to me today. Or maybe you're someone where, or at a place where the breath is needed, that deeper belly breath. Good. Whatever your intention, take a full breath in. Good. Exhale, release the hands to the knees, gently opening the eyes. Let's start off in tabletop pose. So stack the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. And here you can start with just a little wriggle side to side, checking in with the shoulders, the hips, seeing how they're feeling. Find any mindful movement here, so you might shimmy the hips side to side, you might find your cat-cow, whatever's feeling good for you here. Good, and then let's walk the fingertips a little further forwards, soften the chest and the forehead to the mat here. Feeling this beautiful stretch into the shoulders, this opening into the collarbones, but also this extension of the spine. And be mindful of how your spine is doing here. If there's any compression, any pain of any sort, this is a good indication that this pose, as well as any back bends today, may not be for you. Good. Let's thread that left arm under the right here. Soften the left cheek to the mat. Option to keep that right hand grounded or scoop it behind the back. Take hold of the left hip. 3 steady breaths. Good. Inhale, reach both hands forwards. And exhale, thread that right arm. center. Let's walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under here, push the heels to the sit bones or sit bones to the heels. And then the hips to the sky. Find your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And here you can pedal out the feet here, shake the head, release the shoulders. Any variation of your down dog, especially if this is your first down dog for the day, take time to feel into all the joints, all the bones, all the tissues here. Good, and then let's start to find a little more movement here. On your next inhale, make your way to the right tips of the toes. Exhale, soften the heels to the mat. 2 more breaths. Inhale, tips of the toes. Exhale, heels to the mat. Good, last breath. Inhale. This time as you exhale, let's take a deep bend into the knees. Keep the sit bones high as if you're drawing the shin bones in line with the mat here. Inhale, extend back to the legs, staying on the tips of the toes. Exhale, heels soften to the mat. Good, 2 more rounds of that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. On your next inhalation, let's glide it forwards. Find your plank pose, Kumbhakasana here. So shoulders stack over the wrists, belly toned here, pushing through the upper back. So feeling those shoulder blades draw apart as they protract. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. 2 more breaths. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. And your last breath, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Good. On your next inhalation, let's round to that left foot. Sweep the right foot high here. Find your 3-legged dog. Taking 1 more full breath in, and then as you exhale, deep bend into that knee, find your dog split. So opening into those right hip flexors here. Good. Inhale, extend back to that leg. And this time as we exhale, let's tap the right tricep. See if you can actually make contact here. Good. Inhale, extend. Exhale across the body, left tricep. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Let's plant that right foot in between the thumbs. Once you find your balance here, you can float the fingertips, reach them high to the sky, soften the shoulder blades down the back here. And just take a few breaths here to soften. If you're feeling a little off balance, you can always heel toe this right foot out a little further to the right side of the mat, which is going to put you on train tracks, create a little more space. Let's take a deep breath in, reach the fingertips high. As you exhale, find your cactus arms. Gentle left tap of that left knee to the mat. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. And it's a really gentle tap here, so imagining the mat is glass. Inhale, reach them high. Good, exhale. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. This time, let's exhale, wrap that left under the right, finding your Garudasana. So backs of the hands can connect here, or maybe the palms start to reach all the way around. Broaden into the upper back, shift the weight into that right foot. You can step it forwards if you like, or you might need to hop here, help yourself forwards. Go ahead and find your Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands come to the mat. This time let's ground to that left hand. Sweep that right hand high to the sky. Find your plank pose here. Can you shift the hips a little higher? A little higher. Good, and then exhale, ground that right hand. Coming through a half vinyasa here as you exhale for chaturanga. Inhale, find a gentle cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to your down dog. Good. Your option to find 5 deep breaths here, or you can soften down the knees, come into your child's pose. So use these breaths to check back in with the body, with how you're feeling. How this movement leaves you feeling here. Notice the beating of the heart, the flow of the breath, any other sensations present for you. And how this is leaving you feeling. Invigorated, energized. Good, and when you're ready, let's step side, ground through the hands. Make your way to downward facing dog once more. On your next inhale, let's extend that left foot to the sky. Find your three-legged dog once more. Exhale, find a twist here, so really opening into those left hip flexors. Inhale, extend back through the leg. And as you exhale, let's float the shoulders over the wrist, have that left knee, the left tricep. Inhale, extend. Exhale across the body. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, plant that left foot forwards. So you may need to wiggle that foot a little further forwards. We're looking for the knee to be directly over the ankle here. Float your fingertips to the sky here. Widen the stance if you need. Soften the shoulder blades down the back. Melt the ribs towards the belly here. Hug the muscle to the bone. Let's take a deep breath in. Reach the fingertips high as you exhale. Gentle tap of that right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Good, last breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, let's wrap that right arm under the left. Palms connect if it's available. Otherwise, backs of the hands can reach here. Shift the weight into that left foot. You can hop the foot forwards. Gently unravel, reach the fingertips high. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands ground to the mat, ground through that right hand. Left foot sweeps high. Find your pose here. Exhale, hands ground. Let's take it through a half vinyasa. And making your way back to downward facing dog. Your option to soften down to your child's pose here, choice is yours. And again, just take note of how the body's feeling. The left in comparison to the right, how the breath is moving, how the heart is beating. One of the beautiful things about vinyasa is that it teaches us to stay amidst the fire. It allows us to put these controlled amounts of stress in the body so that when we're faced with challenge, adversity, when we're triggered, we can call upon this practice where we've had to move through these ebbs and flows. So it asks us to find movement, it asks us to find stillness, but it also asks us to seamlessly transition between the two. Good. When you're ready, let's make our way to downward facing dog once more. We'll finish this practice by opening into the hips. So this time, let's reach that right foot high to the sky. Find your three-legged dog once more. And then your option here to find your dog twist. Or you can start to release that foot to the mat. Find your wild thing as you flip the dog over. Good, gently coming back. Reach that right foot to the sky. And then exhale, let's draw the right knee right behind the right wrist. Preparing for your pigeon pose. So here you can walk that left foot back. Take a gaze over the left foot. Check that it's out long behind you, so ankle's not turning inwards or outwards here. And I don't really mind where the shin bone is in space. Traditionally, it's in line with the short edge of the mat, but it's okay to tuck this right into the groin. One thing I would like you to be mindful here is the hips. So this right hip will have a tendency to rock out, but can you draw it in line with the short edge of the mat? It's going to be better for the lower back. It's going to be better for the pelvis. So with each inhalation, you can work on lengthening through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, can you draw that right hip back in space, drive that left hip forwards. Good, and your option to stay here Or maybe you start to reach around for your bind here. So taking hold of that left ankle. And you might reach around and decide, nope, not for you. If you can't quite take it, that's completely fine. You can come back to the original pose. Or if you're coming into your bind that feels pretty good for you today, you might start to deepen it into your mermaid pose. When you're ready, gently releasing your bind, grounding through the hands. Making your way straight back to downward facing dog. Here you can take a little walk of the hips, of the feet. And then let's come into that opposite side, left foot sweeps high. Option to just find your dog twist here, so you can stay here if you like, or you can start to release that foot behind you. Back over, take a deep breath in, reach that left foot high. Draw the left knee to the left wrist, start to soften down as you walk that right knee back. Again, find that squaring of the pelvis here. Take time for the hips to open. And just find a few deep belly breaths. Focus on breathing right into that lower part of the belly, feeling the navel rise here. If you'd like to find your bind, you can go ahead and find that. Staying mindful of what the hips are doing here. If you lose too much of the squaring of the hips, my suggestion is to take it back a notch. Maybe you find your mermaid pose here. Good, last 3 deep breaths. Gently releasing. This time, let's ground the hands. Find your way into child's pose here. Back, chest. Let's finish with a little seated twist here in hero's pose. Take a deep breath in, reach those fingertips high. So exhale, let's take it to side. So right hand comes to the outside of the knee. Reach the fingertips once more, exhale opposite side. Option to ground those fingertips or scoop them around for the bind. Good. Good, inhale back to center. You can take a little roll of the shoulders here. And then let's start to make our way onto our back for Shavasana. You might like to take Shavasana laying down. Or you can keep a bend in the knees. Take the soles of the feet to the outer edge of the mat. Bringing the knees to touch. So a really yummy support for the lower back here. So you find that internal rotation of the feet bones. Start to relax the toes, the calves, the thighs, the belly, the chest, the shoulders, the face. Feel the skull melt into the mat, the brain melt into the skull. Give yourself permission to completely soften and surrender here. Allowing yourself to drift away into this gift of Shavasana. And staying as long as you need. And when you're ready, you can gently start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, turn the head side to side. If you feel the need to stay in Shavasana, please stay. Otherwise, you can take a big stretch of the head, reaching from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes, rocking out to your favorite side. Keeping the eyes closed, make your way to a comfortable seat. Drawing hands to heart center for Anjali Mudra, Mudra of gratitude. Let's take a moment for one last check-in, one last tune in. How you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically. If you've worked out any kinks, any funkiness in the body. And let's close this practice with a moment of gratitude in the Mudra of gratitude. Silently listing just 5 things that you're grateful for today. Let's find one last full breath in. And a full breath out. From my heart to yours, namaste. Hi guys, thank you for joining me for Yoga Winter Flow. I hope you enjoyed the practice and are feeling a little more open, worked out any kinks or funks in the body. As a little energy exchange, I would so appreciate if you could leave a little thumbs up or a like or share with someone you know that might need some yoga today. Namaste.